page 6, where the water company, the Nanyuki Water Company, is on progress of getting implementing phase settlement of long outstanding supply balances on available catch. And particularly now, one of the things is when we never had this tariff, and I know it's not only for Laikipia, and this is a question that you need to even pose to any water entities that come, and particularly to the governors, so that they understand what it means by a tariff. When a county or a water entity doesn't have a working tariff, then all these will ever be raising up. And that's the reason I want to assure you that in the next 1 year, now that we have an updated tariff for Nyahururu and the Nanyuki Water Company, they are able now to service their outstanding payables because they have the tariff, updated tariff. Before then, for any entity that doesn't have an updated tariff that is able to meet O&M, they will continue accruing all those non-payables, or they will not be able to service themselves. And therefore, unless where now the county government comes with a conditional grant to give them and bail them out. But for us now, Chair, we are in progress now that we have clear tariff for the two of our water companies.
Very well. You know, Governor, I like your grasp of this matter because you are the former chair of WASREP. So you understand this matter very well. So, but the issue of payables is a very, very, very serious issue. Just like the issue of receivables. So maybe you need to indicate to us what time frame you are giving this committee in terms of making progress on this, because it was in the last report, in the previous report, and the other reports as well.
Chair, allow me, because the two MDs are here, and I had to bite the bullet as a governor, and I had to even almost sacrifice politically, because I know it is neighbors, to approve a tariff, increased tariff. I know what it means to most of the governors, that's why they shy off. And therefore I did that for them, and therefore now that they have no excuse that they don't have receivables now in terms of money, allow me to give them to commit themselves now, because from my head I have done what needs to be have been done. MD?
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Your Excellency. Chair, on this matter, we have initiated actions, and one of them, after we received our tariff, we have put daily standing orders for UPFAD, CPF, and NSSF, and that is in Annex 14. We have seen that through daily standing orders, you are definite, and we have put 30,000 a day for each. That's around 90,000 for the three. In a month, you find you'll be able to be paying 900, and that is a continuous committal. And these have clearly shown that the two companies, and I think that's the same for engineer, will clear these outstanding payables within no time. And maybe I appreciate the auditors, because we agreed on this to expunge this matter come next year. Thank you, sir.
Auditors cannot just expunge it just like that. If you pay the payables, then the auditor will not raise it.
Allow the MD Nanyuki.
Thank you, Chair. We have a new tariff now, Chair, that started in July this year, and we promised by end of this calendar year, that 1st December, we will have reduced this considerably to less than 20%, and we promise that, Chair. Thank you.
Chair, this one is, I would want to promise, and with all the understanding of what it means by an updated tariff, that it is until, and it is good that the senators are here and they come from counties where I'm sure most of the water companies and the governors have shied off to approve an upward tariff. I know it's because of the economic crisis, but then there is only an option. Either you, then as a county, you finance the water company. If you don't give them an updated tariff that is matching the current situation, then it means either you sacrifice the quality of the service that you are giving, or you are not able to service and pay your debts. And therefore, for us, we decided to go that line, and that's why now they will be able even to commit and give a standing order that can we continue paying this, because now they are okay. And therefore, it's my commitment by the end of this calendar year, that is by that 1st December, I'm sure we will have reduced these payables to almost less than even 20% that will be remaining. I'm telling you,
Governor, 31st of December you will be late, because you know by then auditor would have published his audit report for 2025-2026. So I would suggest that you try and clear that maybe before September, when you are supposed to submit your financial statement for audit, so that now this matter disappears from your account.
Okay, Chairman. Most obliged.
I want us to proceed, Senator.
Chair, I have just one question to the governor. Because governor is saying that only through updating the tariffs is where he can get monies, you know, to the company. But he's not talking about the non-revenue water that is lost, how to recover it, because that would also limit, because much of the monies are lost through water that is lost, through illegal connections, through pipes which are broken and all these things.
Very well. The next item we are going to is non-revenue water. Yeah. So at that point, just take us through the non-revenue water. Give us the figures only for the two companies.
Thank you, Chair. For Nanyuki Water, non-revenue represented 26% of total production.
That's Nanyuki Water.
That's Nanyuki Water.
26%.
26. So they were 1% above the allowable 25% threshold prescribed by WASREP. Then for Nyahururu Water, they were at 36%. 37%, Chair, for Nyahururu Water. So
what was the figures last financial year for the two?
Yes, we are checking, Chair.
For Nyahururu, to help the auditor, was 39% the previous year.
And now it has come to
36.7.
That is for Nyahururu.
Yes. And for Nanyuki, it was 28. It has come down to 26. And I want to assure you, Chair, come September 30th, Nanyuki will be reporting less than 24%, below even the required by the WASREP.
Yeah.
And I'm on it, before I exit 2027, it will be less than 20%. I've done a common water intake, and one of the things that I'm doing, and this is what this committee should help the counties, either the counties get, our water entities get conditional grant to replace all those old dilapidated asbestos, which I shy of to say that, pipes. Unless they get that, at the moment, Chair, nationally we have 44% of non-revenue water nationally. In terms of, and therefore, let me just mention nationally 44% of non-revenue. What that means is that the country, and this is 44% over beyond the 25% allowed, we are losing not less than 15 billion Kenya shillings as a country.
But Governor, you know, I know these things are on your fingertips, and you are also a member of the Water Committee of COG. You know, I think one of the efforts that you need to make is to understand what constitutes physical losses and commercial losses. That is what we have been struggling with many of these water companies. They come and tell us what they want to do, and you see what they want to do focuses more on how to address physical losses, and they don't touch on the commercial losses, and they don't tell us how much is lost commercial losses. But I want to tell you, a large component of the non-revenue water, it is commercial losses. Things like billing, things like unauthorized connection. These are things that can be sorted out. Even as we are waiting to overhaul the network, we can sort out these commercial issues. So I think the two MDs, you need to tell this committee, because we had asked you previously that next time you appear before us, tell us, out of that 37 for Nyahururu, or out of that 26 for Nanyuki, what constitutes commercial loss and what constitutes physical loss? Through the governor.
Yeah, Chair, allow me both of them. That's a very good question. We shall also going to take advantage to hear from them that commitment. Can we have the Nanyuki Water Company?
Thank you, Chair. Last time we were here, we promised to reduce our N&W by 3%, but we managed to bring it down by 2%. And as you have said, the causes of N&W are one, the physical losses, there is the commercial losses, and also we have what we call administrative losses, like the water that is used for firefighting. So in our case for Nanyuki Water, 64% of this 26% Chair is as a result of commercial losses. And what is causing this is the meters. A number of our meters are more than 8 years, and they are under registering. And the Chair, what we are doing with the support of the county government, we are replacing around 9,500 meters. So we hope once this is done, we'll be able to reduce our N&W to less than 24%, as our governor said. On the physical losses, when we were here last Chair, we promised to repair the tanks, and we have done that. We got support from Water Fund. We have been able to repair that, and we have attached a supporting document for that. On the administrative losses, Chair, what we have done, we have installed meters on all our fire hydrants, and anytime the fire trucks go to get water from those, we are metering all that. So that's what we are doing, Chair. Thank you.
MD Nyahururu.
Thank you, Chair. In terms of figures, when we appeared before you, Chair, we were at 39. As we appear today, we are at 6.7. On total, that 6.7, 46% is commercial losses, and 54%, 46% commercial, 54% physical losses, because the outlay of Nyahururu is only a that urban and 2/3 rural. And since we appeared here, we promised you, Chair, that we are going to embark on replacing pipes on the whole of commercial district of Nyahururu, and we have since implemented that project and completed. We have since installed master meters for measurements of what enters in every zone. We have zoned, and also now we are embarking. We have done 18.3 kilometer line and 14.3 kilometer line, and as a result, the levels in Nyahururu town are now at 25%. That is Nyahururu municipality, and as a result, the 46% which is commercial losses, we are embarking on meter calibration, so that we get the actual meters that are also non-performing. We have also since implemented, as we promised this committee, that we are going to install a geographic information system that we are now tracking real-time detections of leaks and provide coordinates, accurate coordinates of our water meters. That now, with that in place, we'll be very, very specific on which meters to replace so that we reduce the 46%. Already you have seen Uhuru municipality has hit 25% for the last 1 year. And this project is being now tied up. We have completed, and we are yet even to realize the results. So when we appear here next session, we are promising that these commercial losses will have decreased to the levels of 30s. What is very specific for Nyahururu is the rural outlay, which is large, expansive, and the network has the issue that carries almost the 54% of physical losses. That is the big issue for Nyahururu. But for the commercial aspect and the commercial district, I think we have gotten it right. And as we promised, in our report, we have demonstrated that we have effected what we promised you, Chair. Thank you, Your Excellency.
So, Chair, I think you have got it from them that there is a progress that we are making. There is effort, and we are putting all the effort to demonstrate that the water companies can work in this country.
Comments from honorable members before I give directions on this? So, Governor, you know, you have made promises, just like last time your team made promises. The good thing is that after March, 31st March, this committee is going to have enough time to come and visit the counties and see for themselves. We will also have meetings not to look at the audit report, but to follow up on the implementation. So when we ask you to come and tell us whether you have achieved what you are telling us, you should be ready to come and tell us that you have reduced the non-revenue water to an acceptable level. But I think moving forward, the next audit engagement we are going to have with you, in your response on non-revenue water, we would want to have written clarity on physical loss and commercial loss separately. So you tell us these figures are for commercial loss, these figures are for physical loss, and these are strategies that we have deployed to manage the two categories of losses. Otherwise, just lumping them together and blaming it on infrastructure, I think that's not the way to go. We know some of the losses are, I'm not saying that is in your place, but in some of these water companies, there are monkey games around billing. Some customers are not billed, and you know what happens behind the tent on those. So we will be very particular on the reporting. You must report based on the two categories.
Chair, just for your information, is that most of the commercial water loss is theft, water theft.
Yeah, that's what I meant actually. So can I have a word from the auditor, Clausen? Anything?
Yeah, Chair, I think.
Chair, before he comes, that is what I was saying, that the governor did not tell us what he's doing about recovering through those areas, apart from only adding the revenue to the customers.
Auditor, you can say, and then Governor, you can chip in.
Thank you, Chair. On the issue of the water companies, Chair, the concern of non-revenue water is, as you have described it,
Once you're able to identify what is physical and commercial, then you begin to address the non-revenue water. And maybe also that the WASREB 25% is just a guideline. You can even go below that, so that you're able to save water, as His Excellency has indicated. A lot of money is lost through that resource. So, Chair, we will continue reporting as long as that threshold is not attained. Thank you, Chair.
Very well. Governor, your final word?
My final word is that, Chair, as we are ready to demonstrate, and I'll be happy from here, we go to, as advised, as directed by you in terms of commercial losses and the physical losses. It has also been to my interest to add value to this country where possible, and if there is any value I can add on water and water companies, I'll do during my time. And I can only do that by demonstrating that it's doable, not only by a word, it's by action. One of the things, Chair, which I will invite either one of the committee member, is to, which I have talked even to the CS and even to the President, I have whispered to him on what in terms of managing the common water intakes, where every water company want to extract water direct from the forests or from our water catchment. You get about 10 companies extracting water from one source, different, and therefore it releases conflict. Where now Laikipia County have committed, they are almost, I think, almost to a tune of 60 million Kenyan shillings to do a common intake that will serve all the 9 water intakes that have been drawing water from the mountain, from one river, and therefore they will draw water from one common intake. And that demonstrates that it have added to Nanyuki 6 million liters of water additional. And that's the reason I want even to call upon you people, is that you cannot shy off now to come invest in Nanyuki. Because for the next probably 15-10 years to come, 15-20 years, there will be no shortage of water. Water will be 24/7 hours, 24/7 throughout the year. There will be no rationing in terms of water, because we have additional, we have more water out of just doing water common intake. And this now common water intake is going to take water to Meru at no cost. We have provided water for Nyeri by our own county investment, and this, we wanted to do this to demonstrate that it is doable if there is that arrangement. And this is where the committee for Senate comes on board, where people talk about water intakes, everyone want to extract water and all that differently. Why don't you put your resources together? And therefore for me, my final remarks, Chair, is that we are committed to demonstrate not only for our own, but also for this county, the country, that there is something that it can work. And in terms of the tariffs, updated tariffs, and what that tariff can be, just like what we have discussed here, giving our municipalities autonomy. Even our water companies can have that autonomy to support and get water, supply water to every part of this country. Therefore, I want to arrest there, and I will be available for any time a discussion on water issues, and particularly non-revenue water, customer deposit and tariffs. I'll be available to do that. But we want to assure you that we are going to work with the auditors, particularly on what we are talking physical water losses and commercial water losses, and we'll be able to come up with the action plans on how we are going to address the commercial, and if it is to arrest people, because as you have Senator have mentioned, is commercial water, much of it is theft. That's the reason why you hear these people putting even smart meters, and they are able to do even GIS to know where is this leakage coming from. And you are able to track either the person who is in charge of that bidding, you are able to track all those people where the water is getting lost commercially. So we are committed to get to go below 25%, particularly for Nyamwasco, and I'm sure what they have committed to reduce, and your advice and your directive, it doesn't go just in the air, because, and this is one of the things the Chair you need to take note and appreciate, that we committed, that Nanyuki committed to reduce from 28, and now they have come to 26. So I think that's a progress. These guys have committed, they committed the other time in front of you that you are going to reduce from 39 to another 2 or 3. They have done it. So even this promise that we have made, we still have to. It's not like others that they come and commit just for the sake. We mean to what we commit ourselves, Chair. And I think this is what should go to record by appreciating that the county government of Laikipia have honored the promises they have made, Chair. Asante.
Okay, Governor, we will wait to see the results. As I said, after 31st, we are coming on the ground and we'll see for ourselves. Thank you very much for coming, and sorry for the delay in starting the meeting because of the workload we have. We look forward to the next engagement you are going to have with us, which will be on matters to do with the hospital, funds, and the outstanding investment companies that we have not looked at today. So thank you very much, honorable members. The meeting is adjourned. I will encourage you to head straight to the meeting for Muranga.